are all living in the now, living right now at this moment, not in the past, not in the future, but in the now. This episode is about worrying. Do you worry a lot? I thought something was literally wrong with me because I am not a worrier. I just don't worry. And I literally, one day, I was talking to my husband and I said, okay, I need to share something with you. And I have told people that I just don't worry. I don't worry about things. Yes, every so often something will come up. Yes, I worry about my kids every so often, but I know that they are in good hands. And why? I believe that it is my faith. I have a very strong faith with God. Father Almighty, I think He sees me through each and every day. And literally, horrible things that are happening, that happen each and every day, are literally out of my control. I have acquaintances that I'm sure just think I'm nuts because they will be crying and bawling because of some tragedy that has happened. And it's not that I'm heartless. I am so far from heartless. I just realized there at that point, there is nothing that I can do. So what I do is pray. I will say a prayer for the families or the person or whoever or whatever the situation is. That's what I do. And that's just how I do it. I literally thought something was wrong with me because I just don't worry. I don't worry about the everyday things. And I have not always been like that. It has just literally been within the past few years that I have realized I don't worry about stuff. Now, I get concerned. I don't know. Those are two different things, to be concerned and to worry, because there are people that I know have sleepless nights, do not eat because they worry so much. Now, I'm not telling you not to worry. That's just who we're all individuals, but I I was kind of worried about myself. I guess I was worried. I started thinking, "Wait, is something wrong with me? I don't worry." Then I realized it is my faith. My faith has gotten me through so much in my life, through so many ups and downs, mostly downs. I have felt lifted, especially as I've gotten older. I feel literally I am never, ever alone in anything. In a room by myself for hours, I'm not alone. I know that God is with me. And I know there are people who don't believe in God, but I do. And that's literally how I get through life. I've had some crazy stuff happen in my life, like everyone has, but I always get through it. And I know it's through my faith. Faith is something we can't see or feel with our hands, but you can literally feel it in your head, in your soul, in your heart. God is always with us. And if it weren't for God, I wouldn't be able to have this podcast right now. I mean, was I scared to have it? I was a little concerned. I thought, what if it doesn't do well? Then I thought, but this is something I want to do. I didn't, I don't have thousands upon thousands or millions of listeners, but I do have quite a few. And I am so happy about that. So I'm hoping that I can touch someone's heart. I hope that I have helped some people. I hope I have made them laugh. I love to laugh. I love to laugh. And as you know, life is just wonderful. And people say, how can you say that with all the horrible things, the war in Ukraine, the Uvalde thing, all these murders and gangs and horrible things happening? I still love life. Those things are not affecting me in my head, but I know that they exist. And literally, there is nothing I can do, but one of the most powerful things I can do is pray. I pray every day. I like to start off, yes, I'm Catholic. I start off the day praying the rosary. And you don't have to be a Catholic to pray the rosary, but it helps me start the day. It helps me with that little bit of connection. Does my mind wander? When I pray, yes. That's a common thing, to be focused, but your mind does wander, but yet I find it very calming. I think that that helps me a whole lot. I I don't know if any of you saw the movie Fantima or Fantima. It was a couple of years ago. It was during the pandemic, and that really just is about the Virgin Mary. That was just, oh man, that just really made me realize I am so close to God. And how did I get there? I don't know. Has My faith has always been there, but it is so strong that I just accept everything that happens, the bad, the sad. I just accept it because literally I cannot prevent it. These are things that happen, and I don't know the reasons. I wish I did, but I don't. So I don't like to watch the news. I may watch the local news mainly because of weather, because I'm in Texas. And I don't, I know all this stuff is going. My husband reads the newspaper from front to back. He keeps me informed of something I should really know. Politically, I don't keep up with politics. I know about them. When it's time to vote, I will do that. And I know I said I'm not going to talk about politics, but I'm not getting into any certain area of politics. It's just those are certain things I just don't have control of. And if most people could just get away from the news and get away from the TV. I'm not saying that the media will not have a job, because they're always going to have a job, because we need to know what's going on. But if you could tear yourself away from this stuff, when something tragic happens, yes, I watched certain things, and yes, I saw what happened, and yes, it's devastating. It's horrible. And then there's the question, well, if there's a God, why is this happening? Things are meant to happen. I don't know why. All I know is there are a bunch of little angels up in heaven after the Uvalde thing. That was tragic. New York, 9/11, 7/7 in Dallas. These are all horrible things that have happened. We have all seen so much tragedy in our lives. The pandemic took so many lives. Think of all the people that lost their lives to COVID. Even though some don't believe in COVID, I do. We don't all have to believe in the same thing. But if you don't believe in God, find something to believe in, something worthwhile, something that will get you through those times. I know there's terrible diseases out there. My mom passed away from breast cancer. I know that there's horrible things that could happen. By the grace of God, though, I can't do anything but pray. And praying helps me to help others. How? I get a sense of calm in that moment. Let's say somebody's going through something horrible, and they call me, and I listen, and I finally, give my input if they want it. If they don't, I don't. But then afterwards, it may hit me an hour later, and I may start crying and thinking, how is that happening? I don't understand. We are not going to understand so many things in our life. Like the good things. We're not going to understand, why is this such a good thing? Why are these good things happening to me? I'm just a normal person. Or why did these bad things happen to me? I'm a good person. Tragedies of losing a child, losing your parents, a friend, a lover, your spouse, they happen. And that's unfortunately, but that's the cycle of life. The Lion King, the cycle of life. That's what's going to happen. Well, luckily, we won't get eaten by lions and hyenas, but it is just life. So I just want to share that worrying is not healthy for you. it and some people just can't get away from it. But if you are a non-constant worrier like I am, let's help those who do worry. Let's listen to them. Let's be there for them. and let's pray for them. Because praying is just, it answers everything. And people say, well, I prayed for this, but my answer never came. That's because your answer did come. Like, I think people are like, oh, have prayed for so many things in life. And then they said, but I didn't get that job. Well, what's to say you're not going to get a better job? Oh, I didn't get that um, lover that I wanted. Who's to say you're not going to meet another lover that's better? There, I know those may sound like silly things, but they're not. Know that there is always something better waiting for you, because I really believe that. I believe the less we worry, the more we're going to see our blessings that are surrounding us. When I say at the end of each episode, find your blessings, I totally mean find your blessing. So I want you to think, are you a worrier or are you not? If you are a worrier, find some peace. Know that you cannot solve your entire family's problems, because we have all tried that. I remember trying that, but you can't solve your friends' problems. They may just rely on you for a listening ear. Be the best listening ear you can possibly be. Say a prayer for them. Write it down. Let them know you're thinking about them. And when you tell someone, oh, I'm praying for you, you really need to pray for them. Like right there and then. Get off the phone. Say, hey, can we pray? Say a quick prayer together. You need to pray for them. Prayer is so powerful. The power of prayer is amazing. And if you can find your peace, you will see. You won't worry as much. Oh, well, just know, or we are capable of being people who worry all the time. I never thought about it, and people would tell me stuff, and I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, okay. And I know they thought, well, okay, what's your response? This is horrible. It just happened. And I would say, well, we need to pray about it. There's a reason. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know why people kill each other. I don't know why people hurt each other. I don't know those things. All I know that if I pray, I know that I'm praying for them, the victims, the families, the tragedy, Ukraine. I pray for Ukraine every day. And I hope some of you will pray also, because what's happening over there is horrible. It's awful. Well, I just know that there are children and elderly and, well, anyone. Just, could you even imagine living in your home and someone coming over and deciding, hey, I'm going to take everything you have away. I'll give you some time to flee. No. This is why we need to look around and count our blessings. Count our blessings and what we have. So pray for Ukraine. Pray for the victims of Uvalde. Pray for their families. Pray for anyone. Honestly, it will make you feel better. And it will make you feel and know that you have done something. You have done something, maybe not with money, not with fundraisers, but with prayer. Pray for all those who just worry. Pray for the sick. Pray for anyone. Pray for yourself. Pray for your family. So this episode was basically about try not to worry. Try to know that everything is in God's hands, or whoever you believe in, or whatever you believe in. Find peace within yourself so that you can help people find peace within themselves. Don't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, because it's not going to help you or anyone else. So, on that note, pray, pray, and pray. Worry less. Love yourself. Love your family. Love your friends. Love your life. Why? Because life is way too short. And to end this, you can say it with me if you like. Go find your blessings. Until next week, this is Henrie. Have a wonderful next 24 hours.